So there's no doubt in normal people's minds, I should say, that Donald Trump clearly lost Tuesday night's debate. I mean, the polls taken after the debate show that by a 2-1 margin, people say Harris defeated Donald Trump. And that's not it. Even conservative pollster Frank Luntz not only believes that obviously Trump lost, but that his performance was so bad that it may have actually killed his campaign altogether. I mean, we are less than 2 months out from this election. And based on what Donald Trump has told us, he doesn't want to do another debate unless Sean Hannity gets to do it, which ain't going to happen. So he's probably not going to debate again. So for most Americans, the last memories they're going to have of Donald Trump publicly is him screaming into the microphone that they're eating the dogs in Springfield. And Frank Luntz says, yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Here is what Luntz said during an interview with Piers Morgan this week. I'm trying to decide if I want to go on record, and the answer is yes. I think that he loses because of this debate performance. Okay, so right out of the gate, he's like, I want to go on record saying that Trump's performance was so bad that that alone cost him this year's election. But he goes even further. This is not the worst debate performance I've ever seen in my career, but it's very close to it. The conversations about people eating dogs and cats, calling the leader of Hungary one of the greatest world leaders, repeatedly missing the opportunity to focus on inflation and affordability, and the complete inability to present his point of view without completely tearing into her, into Joe Biden, into whomever was in his sights. It was a pretty negative performance, pretty pessimistic, cynical, contemptuous, and I think that this will cost him. Donald Trump reminds women of their first husband's divorce lawyer. That is just absolutely disastrous. But I do think that this has the potential to be a fatal mistake on Trump's part. And I agree with him, especially if Donald Trump does not show up to a second debate or a third debate, whatever. If this is the last memory that most Americans have of Donald Trump, he's done. But Luntz also points out something interesting. And this is also something that I happen to agree with. We're not going to know the full extent of the damage from this debate till roughly about a week after. Now, Luntz says about 4 or 5 days, and this interview was, of course, on Wednesday of this week. So, maybe we start getting some polls today. We'll start getting some over the weekend. But once this settles in, the polls coming out after, like a week after people watched it and they've calmed down, those are going to be the real feelings. The snap polls immediately after the debate, yes, those are good for Harris, but I don't think those are going to hold the same weight as a poll taken a week later. Do people remember? Are people still outraged? Because if they're still outraged, then yes, now we're on the right track. If they've calmed down and they still think Donald Trump is an insane nutbag, things are going great and it tanks the Trump campaign. But if polls conducted, say, a week from now show that we're once again, everybody's sitting at 47% and there's 6% undecided, then okay, the debate didn't have that much of an impact. So the immediate polls that come out are going to tell us people's reactions to the debate. The ones that start being conducted a week from now are the ones that are going to show us the lingering feelings and what the impact will be. So again, we will start getting polls. We're already starting to get polls. Take those with a grain of salt for now. They're going to be super positive for Harris, trust me, but don't get overexcited. Wait a week and a half. Because again, they'll conduct them in a week. They'll compile the results. They'll probably put them out, starting around the 20th of September. When we get those, that is when we're going to truly know how badly this impacted Trump. And yes, there's a good chance he may never recover from this. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.